Until black women go natural and love it, black girls will always feel psychologically inferior.
So I've recently seen a video of Dr. Umar speaking at an event talking about natural hair. And I had to come talk about it because I mean, it's natural hair, right? So let's listen to the video.
Until black women go natural and love it, black girls will always feel psychologically inferior. See, long hair is a European beauty trait. In African culture, long hair was never considered an aspect of beauty, not to the extent it is with Caucasian women. So you have bought into white women's concepts of beauty, not African. Anytime over some old nasty weave. And black man, you got to level your woman's head for that hair to grow back. You got to massage her scalp. Get you.
So first and foremost, I just want to say that I don't know Dr. Umar very well. I have watched a few of his videos and he does make sense in a lot of them, but I've seen that he does stir up some controversy sometimes with the things that he says. I don't know what event he was speaking at. I do not know the extent, like what audience it was. I don't know the extent of this footage. Like that's just the only clip that I've been able to access, but I'm sure there is more. I don't know what the topic was. I don't know all those details. That's number one. Number two, I am not the most well-read person on Black history, Black culture, what have you. I'm not that well-read, but I have read some things. And first and foremost, let me just say that I love that he wears his natural hair, okay? He appreciates it in its glory, you know. It looks uncombed and what people would consider unkempt and too kinky, dreadlocks, unprofessional, whatever. I love that he's rocking it like that. Let's just start with the first thing that he said, which is that until Black women wear their natural hair and love it, young girls will always feel psychologically inferior. And I believe this to be true because our kids learn from us. Our kids pretty much copy who we are. And ever since I became a parent, I understood that I am a version of my mom. Okay, everything that she does, good and bad, I have potential to actually then go and do and, you know, project onto my son, for example. So we are literally a production of our parents, and our kids will be a production of us. So yes, what we do, the way we look, the way we walk, the way we dress, our habits, good and bad, they copy that much more than what we say. So it is true that when Black women, the reason we're still here wearing straight, silky wigs, flat ironing our hair, relaxing our hair for the purposes of wanting to fit in, belong, and natural hair is difficult, is because that's the environment we're brought up in. That's what society has presented to us. That's what a lot of us have got family members that will not approve of this, okay, or think this is unkempt, or it's not what you're supposed to look like, or are you gonna look after hair? Are you gonna brush your hair? Are you gonna comb your hair? What are we doing there? And unfortunately, our kids will grow up in this environment and they too will start feeling like, okay, the stuff that's growing out of my hair is not exactly the best. Okay, so I need to hide it. I need to perm it. I need to curl it. I need to do something with it. I mean, even when the natural hair movement started, we started off with twist outs, bantu knot outs, braid outs, which are great. However, I'm starting to wonder, like, was it just learning to look after your hair, or were we trying to look like something else? Because I mean, braid outs, twist outs, whatever, they're great, but they're not really your natural curl. But anyway, I guess that's a video for another day. So yes, our kids will always feel some kind of way, feel some kind of inferiority, just by being in society with people that don't look like them, that don't have hair like them, that question their hair, etc. And even worse, if they come home and we say the same things, or we act the same things by hiding our hair and behaving like, oh, we don't want to associate ourselves with the kinky kind of hair. So I definitely agree with that. Now, he goes ahead to say that long hair has not been a part of Black culture and was not seen as a standard of beauty. And I can't really speak to that because I don't know what used to happen in those days. However, I know that our culture embraces and looks absolutely beautiful when shorter hair, longer hair, medium-sized hair, kinky, curly, updo, laying down, whatever styles, like it's pretty versatile. So I know that our culture encompasses all sorts of styles or ways of wearing our hair. What I do know as well is that many cultures in Africa have worn long hair, even with, you know, kinkier, coilier, curlier textures. I've seen African people that have rocked really long hair. So, I mean, I don't exactly know if it's the right thing to say or the right thing to believe that we were not meant to actually have long hair. And this might be a biased view because I like long hair. And maybe my mind has been, you know, conditioned to think that long hair is the standard of beauty. Not that I think that it's the only standard of beauty. I think hair in all its forms is beautiful, but I personally absolutely love the look of long hair. So it's a personal choice, a personal preference for myself particularly. I mean, long hair might look great on me, but long hair might not look good on the next person. So maybe for them, they look their most beautiful in a pixie cut. So, I mean, it's a very personal thing how you want to wear your hair. And a lot of people say, oh, why? What's the obsession with long hair, etc.? It's a preference. Just like dyeing your hair, curling your hair, relaxing, I guess, your hair, you know, big chopping your hair. Certain people just love long hair. And I am one of those that actually like long hair. So on the point about us not necessarily having long hair as a standard of beauty, I guess that helps us in a way to not really just be focused on length and just appreciate whatever stage you are with your journey. However, I think that the possibility of long hair and the fact that women have shown that, Black women have shown that we can grow hair to whatever length we want it to grow, that should also be an option. And Black women should not feel restricted to just shorter hairstyles or shorter looking hair, whether it's culturally acceptable or something that we didn't exactly aspire to as a culture back in the day. So I think it's good in the sense that it helps us embrace every style, every length. But I think if a woman decides to grow her hair longer, that should be appreciated, loved, embraced, and accepted. The interesting thing that I find that he says towards the end there, I didn't really get the comment about the nasty weave, but you know, obviously he's demonizing weaves and not really wanting for them to be the standard of beauty or something that we do as a culture. And I truly support that. I think we should start really learning just to live with our hair in all its stages. If it's scruffy today, it's scruffy. I mean, white people and other kinds of people walk around with your hair wet straight from the shower, whatever. We should be able to do that. If it's a bad hair day, it's a bad hair day, and that should be accepted. However, we're not there yet, but I'm here to keep trying and pushing the message for positive hair love and texture love. The final thing that he says is what I think is quite exciting, because I feel like sometimes there's all this talk about women stop wearing weaves, stop wearing this silky press and this wig, you know, embrace your hair, etc. But our men don't want that. Our men shun that. Our men feel embarrassed by it. Our men want us think we look more beautiful with the curlier hair and the lighter skin. So I love that he's not only talking to women, but he spoke to men as well. You know, telling the men to love their women with their hair and to massage that scalp. It's not only a sexy thing, but it's very relaxing. You know, it promotes hair growth. I mean, there's so many benefits of massage, but I feel like we need to actually include men in this conversation of hair, because a lot of the acceptance is going to be a communal decision and a communal step and development for all of us. Because it's one thing for women to embrace their natural hair, but then if they go out in the world and no man's looking at them, then what are we doing here? I mean, some white men actually sometimes appreciate and commend women for their natural hair much more than black men. Okay, so I think our men also need to be included in this conversation and to start, you know, changing their mindset, I guess, about what beauty is and appreciating what truly an African beauty is. And she comes in her fullest form, with the hips, with the bum, with the boobs, with the curves, with the hair, with the thick lips. That's us. I'm not saying every black woman has those features, but a lot of those features that I just mentioned are synonymous with blackness or being of African descent. And I think they're beautiful. I think we should embrace them. We should be excited about them. A lot of what we are, other cultures are trying to emulate, and yet we're still here hating on ourselves. Ladies, embrace your hair. Learn, like, become a twisted natural, braided natural, whatever you need to do. But this is beautiful. Right now, my hair is just recently been moisturized, right? And I am just drying it out a bit because I'm really trying to not braid it up while it's still wet. So at the moment it's still damp, and I'm trying to allow it to dry out a little bit before I put it in a braid. And that'll be me for the week. But you can see it's frizzy. It's not the neatest. The parts are not the neatest. This is Afro hair. I love it. Better embrace it, girl, because God thought that it was good. When he put it on your hair, he said this is good. So we're here for it. All of it. See you next time.